Mercedes Moné, aka Sasha Banks, is the talk of the wrestling world. And I'm Robin Lundberg here with Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer. And Dave, when it comes to Sasha, or I guess I should say Mercedes, here, there's been a lot of speculation about her future rather than what she's doing now. It's my understanding that you believe the WWE does not think she's going to wind up with AEW.
Yes, I've heard from people in WWE, and they believe they don't think that she will. They don't think that she's going to burn that bridge, but we don't know. I know that she's told people that she was not going to be in Los Angeles this Wednesday, but that also could be, it could be trying to keep a surprise. I mean, when wrestlers are supposed to be a big surprise appearance, they're going to deny it to everybody. So it's, originally a lot of people thought that she was going to be the mystery partner on Wednesday's AEW show from Los Angeles, from the Forum, where she would team with Saraya against Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter. And they announced Toni Storm as that mystery partner on last night's show. So she will not be the mystery partner there. Could she show up as a surprise on that show? I mean, it's certainly possible. But like I said, yeah, in WWE, the belief was that she wasn't going to be going there. But, she's a free agent. I mean, there's no legal reason she couldn't.
I remember seeing her on the Broken Skull sessions with Stone Cold Steve Austin, and she had referenced a previous time in her career where she was figuring stuff out, and I think she went to Japan then. Is that what you think the WWE believes, is she's doing New Japan Pro Wrestling sort of to scratch that itch and then eventually might find her way back?
Yeah, I mean, I again, like as far as finding a way back, I mean, who knows? Because she's also trying to explore, acting things and everything. But she does have a deal with New Japan Pro Wrestling to work major shows. It's not going to be a full-time schedule, and also to work a Stardom show on April the 23rd, which is an all-women's promotion in Japan. And she's never wrestled in Japan for a Japanese group, but she is trained there, and she's a big fan. And there probably is that itch, from her standpoint, to wrestle for Stardom, wrestle on a big New Japan show, just as a life experience, that a lot of people want to get. And she's worked almost exclusively for WWE in her career. So it's something different. AEW would be a different commitment. If she goes to AEW, that's going to be a multi-year contract. And in doing so, that would close the door to WWE for multi-years, for as long as the contract. So it's a totally different thing. With New Japan, she could go back to WWE in a couple of months. And even earlier, I mean, I don't think the New Japan contract is exclusive. But so the point is that would be AEW would be a much bigger step to take than New Japan Pro Wrestling.
It's maybe in a way, is all this a testament to her star power? You mentioned acting. I know she was on The Mandalorian and everything, but just the amount of conversation she's generated by showing up in New Japan, and then the speculation of what's next. Could it be AEW or eventually down the line WWE again?
Yeah, I mean, she's a major star, and has been there for years and years, and she's got a very rabid fan base. As far as we're going to learn a lot about how big of a star she is, because her first match with New Japan is not in Japan. It's February 18th in San Jose, California, in 2,500 seat Civic Auditorium. So if she can come in there and sell that out, that will be interesting. And more important than that is the pay-per-view numbers that she's going to draw, because that show is going to be a pay-per-view. We're going to learn a lot about her name value outside the WWE world. Chris Jericho did the same thing. And a couple of years ago, he had a match with Kenny Omega, and New Japan World subscriptions went from 60,000 to 103,000 in like a week or so based on that match. And that match actually led to the formation of AEW. So that's one of the most important historical matches that there's been, in the last, in wrestling history, really, with the repercussions of that match. So that's kind of like what New Japan is hoping for out of this deal. They did it with Jericho, and it was a huge success for them. And they're hoping, I don't know if I mean, I have no indications so far from anything there that this will be at that level, but that's the hope.